With us now, Megan Whiteside is a federal attorney. Thane Rosenbaum is a distinguished professor at Touro University. Welcome to you both. Thanks for coming on today. We'll just run through these charges, shall we? Conspiracy to defraud the U.S., conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, obstruction of and attempt to obstruct an official proceeding, and conspiracy against rights. So, Megan, first to you, how serious are these charges and what sort of defense might we anticipate from the Trump legal team?
So these are very serious charges, especially in light of the federal court in which they have been brought, the U.S. District Court for the District of Columbia. As in real estate and litigation, location. And so these are conspiracy charges with allegations of up to 6 co-conspirators who have not yet been named. And an obstruction charge, which carry different burdens of proof. And so here, what's going to be interesting as the evidence unfolds, because there's a lot of information we don't know, and we can expect there to be extensive discovery. That's going to be part of the defense's strategy and tactics, as they must get the full scope of discovery of what the government intends to put forward as evidence, and any exculpatory evidence, meaning evidence that would reduce the chances of guilt or punishment here. And so a conspiracy is not just making false statements, it's actually taking action or agreeing, and someone in this conspiracy taking action against these charges.
Professor, I'll bring you into this as well. This was highlighted a little bit here by Megan, but in terms of where this is happening in D.C. The judge in this case is getting some attention on this. The Associated Press, and I have the report pulled up here too, is reporting the judge is a tough punisher of January 6th defendants. And to provide some context, she was appointed by President Obama, served as a D.C. public defender. Then on top of that, she gave tougher sentences than the DOJ was asking for. She once said, quote, "There have to be consequences for participating in an attempted violent overthrow of the government beyond sitting at home," unquote. Professor Rosenbaum, talk to me about this and what this means, again, for former President Trump having this case tried in D.C. and obviously here with Judge Chutkan.
So, Sean, remember, 1,000 people were arrested for the Capitol riot. Over 500 have pled guilty or already been found guilty in courtrooms, all in Washington, D.C., all in that exact same building. That's why when Jack Smith brought the document case in Florida, it was a curious decision because Florida is a red state, and Donald Trump has many supporters there. He doesn't have any supporters in the courthouse that we're in now. So clearly, strategically, this is a much better venue for the government. And this is a much better judge because with 1,000 defendants out there connected to the Capitol rioting, most of the judges on that courtroom have had some of those cases. They've all, in some cases, found these people guilty. So clearly, Donald Trump is going to seek a change of venue. This is a federal court, which means that location is important, but it could be theoretically brought in any federal court. And I'm sure that's one of the things his lawyers are going to try to attempt. As for the charges themselves, I'll note one thing, given what you both said. There's no incitement to riot in here. Where did it go? Jack Smith even mentioned it in yesterday's press conference, in my view, disingenuously. Everyone loves to talk about the riot. Where is it? It's mentioned as part of the story, but Donald Trump is not being indicted at all in this indictment for inciting the riot of January 6th. It's mentioned as part of a wider story, and it's very limited in how it's being discussed. And yet, to me, it was disingenuous that when Jack Smith spoke yesterday, he wanted to once again talk about what happened at the Capitol building.
All right. Donald Trump due in court in Washington tomorrow at 4 p.m. We're not sure if it would be an in-person appearance or perhaps a virtual one. Time will tell, but Newsmax is going to have you covered. Megan Whiteside, Thane Rosenbaum, thank you both for coming on today.